Drake withdrew a lawsuit, and that was going to be the main topic of conversation because there was a old lawsuit that he had out there for a bunch of different things, the manipulation of screams and stuff like that. And that was what we were going to talk about today. But then Aubrey dropped the bomb. They shook hands underneath the table, settled it, whatever. I couldn't even really get into that before another lawsuit came out. This lawsuit is defamation. In this lawsuit, Drake claims that UMG, first of all, he let UMG allow streamers to play and react to the song Not Like Us without any sort of copyright laws going against Drake, or going against Kendrick, I should say, going against these streamers. This petition or whatever, this lawsuit says Kai Cenat, Zeus, No Life Shack, RDC Gaming, and Cartier family were allowed to monetize, and therefore UMG prioritized profits over Drake's safety. Is that crazy enough? Is that
they hate him?
And what's crazy is in this lawsuit they did I don't know who they be having make the pictures for these. Look at this. They got the thumbnails. And everything like that. And they
this
got
is crazy to look at, by the way.
Yeah, this is crazy to look at. I think this is the stupidest thing in the world. And we'll get into why it's the stupidest thing in the world. One of the reasons why it's the stupidest thing in the world is because it's not that Drake has an issue with allowing streamers to play these songs. Because if you remember, I don't know if y'all remember, I remember very much so, Drake actually texted Kai Cenat when he was about to drop his song against Kendrick.
Oh, Drake just text me!
All right, Kai, come on.
Text me. Drake has just texted me. Stay on stream.
I can't even remember what song dropped that night, but Drake told Kai to stay on stream. Drake tells Kai to stay on stream. Now, the reason why this bothers Drake so much is because he believes that, this is, I don't want to say hurting his feelings, but it's actually endangering his family. Did y'all know that? He said he had to take Adonis out of his elementary school and move him up to Toronto. There was somebody claiming to deliver a pizza and they came through with the fire on him. Right? His security guard got attacked. People are calling him a baby bear. I think baby bear is the new term for what the kids are calling EDPs. But just what do we think so far of this before we get into what the streamers have to say based off of this? B-Souls?
I'll start it off. Drake is acting like a sore loser. I truly
a bitch, right? Oh,
you can say that. I truly do. A sore loser is what I said. You added the bitch. But yeah, I truly do think if Drake won the battle from a public perception perspective, he wouldn't do any of this. Like even if all the things in the lawsuit were true, which they still could in a world where Drake wins, he doesn't do any of this. So that's why I think he's a fucking sore loser for this. We can get into the streaming thing in a bit, but just surface level, there's some sore loser ass shit. So
I'm not gonna lie. I think that it's got to be some financial shit going on. That's my low-key opinion about it. Obviously, I think Drake is emotional about the situation. Nobody's taking Drake's side. I think, like I said last pod, he can crash out. He can also be very corny while doing it. So I think this is just what we're seeing, a corny-ass crash out. But I truly think it's probably something economic going on. There's no fucking way that he's going about it in a way that just is like, now I'm not going to say out of character, but it's like, it's kind of weird. Like everybody's reading this shit and they're like, what the fuck type shit? Like really like damn near on some Karen shit. So that's making me think it gotta be some bread being like hold here right now, which is very possible considering that he's suing UMG, not Kendrick.
Damo, so what's interesting is that there was mention in the lawsuit that these people were getting paid. They were getting paid to stream, not like us, not like us. And as we have breaking news right here, Kai Cenat, there's also a video of Zeus and Belu saying the same thing. And I think one other content creator said it, but Kai Cenat is giving his opinion and confirming basically that he did not get paid based off of playing the song Not Like Us.
He's saying UMG slid you some bread. I ain't gonna lie, niggas ate that week. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, chat. Both ways, niggas ate crazy, gang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wasn't even complaining. All my shit was monetized. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack, my nigga. Nigga, how much views we got on that bitch? 9 million? I don't believe it. Hold on. Kai Cenat, Not Like Us.
Damn, he can type kind of fast.
Goddamn! Hold on. What the fuck? Reaction. Are we the most viewed reaction? What the fuck?
But apparently he didn't get directly paid. They said they didn't get directly paid from UMG.
In terms of the last thing you said about the streamers getting paid or anything like that, I do believe some streamers did, just not the ones that he accused. I mean, this goes back to when Dante first started streaming. He would talk about how, and even did pay promotions for certain artists for their music. So it's a known fact that there are streamers who are paid by these labels or whoever to play music on stream or react to certain songs. That's an absolute fact. That happens. I just don't think Drake called on the right people. I'm gonna be real, man. I see nothing wrong with what Drake is doing. When I look at this situation, I am looking at this through the lens of Drake. This nigga has been the golden boy of rap for a lot of niggas. He has been #1 in the big three for a lot of niggas. He has been the nigga that, I mean, you can say what you want to say about him, whatever it is, but he has been genuinely on the good graces of the public perception. And he is watching in real time niggas flip on him over one summer. I could not imagine how the fuck that would feel. You have been in this shit for 15 plus years now. Well, 15 years at a certain level, 10, 9-ish, if depending on how you want to go about it. But at least 10 years of being on a certain level. Well, no, 10 years being on a certain level. And niggas flip on you in one summer. I crash out too. I would. It's understandable. Now, ego is hurt. Pride is hurt. I'm with Sage. I do think some pockets definitely got tapped with how Kendrick has been victory lapping this nigga. The end of last year and now with 2025 when the Super Bowl hit, the victory lap is crazy. So I get it. Complain about the streamers, cool. Just you gotta do the knowledge, my nigga, and pick the right ones. Saying Zeus and Belu and Kai Cenat and all them niggas got paid. Nah, you gotta have concrete evidence. Saying that is kind of crazy. But I'm not mad at Drake. I'm not gonna sit here and call him a sore loser, not call him a bitch. I get it. You're watching niggas you thought was friends, brothers, whatever. Everybody crip walking who ain't never been to California or picked up a flag. Now everybody crip walking to Kendrick. I'll be mad too.
So, can you react the way that he did and also be a sore loser at the same time? Because I personally believe he is justified to react the way that he did, given the fact, because I've even said this on this pod, bro. Like, and y'all were telling me, oh, it's just some rap beef, nothing gonna happen from it. Like, bro, he was being alleged of being a fucking pedophile and a deadbeat. So like, those allegations are nothing to play with. So I'm not surprised he's acting this way, but to me, this is still at the same time some sore loser shit.
I feel you. And Cam Newton once said, you show me anybody that's okay with losing, I'll show you a loser. Some niggas just don't like to lose. You can say it's sore loser, cool. I just say it's a nigga that don't, niggas don't like losing, and losing on this scale of where niggas is coming at your character. Now, literal kids, I'm not gonna forget watching, I forgot what rapper son it was, or female influencer son it was, that was on a stream, certified lover boy, certified wop wop wop, nigga, like, hey Drake, I heard you like him young. Like, kids are saying this now, unironically. I don't know if I said this last pod or where I was. He is this generation's Michael Jackson. Like, when I was a kid, we used to make Michael Jackson like kid jokes without even knowing much about Michael Jackson. We just knew, hey, he did those kids. And that's the jokes niggas made when we were kids. That's what kids are doing to this nigga now, and it's way worse because of the social media and how integrated social media is with pop culture in general.
Yeah. Like, again, I can't necessarily say that I agree with Drake entirely because I think a crash out is justified. This one's corny. I already said that. But I think the reason why I'm calling it corny and something I just can't necessarily agree with is just because it's like suing is something that I just can't really like get with now. He isn't suing directly, and hate to be the Debbie Downer. You're too far in the video. Hopefully it doesn't affect anything, buddy. Sorry. He's not suing Kai directly, right? He's not suing Zias directly, none of that things. He's just suing UMG for the idea that, hey, these niggas were boosting numbers and things like that. It's really towards the label, but it's just the principle of like, you put these niggas' names in the court case. That itself is crazy. Like I'm not gonna let the boppers downplay that. Like that is insane to be named in the court case. And, so go ahead. No,
I was gonna say what's even crazier is like, because this is supposed to be about Drake feeling betrayed with his brothers and all this stuff like that. These are all the guys that were supposed to be your brothers. Like, you were supposed to be really cool with Kai. You're supposed to fuck with Kai and all these other streamers, because it's been proven that before, and this is why people have a really big argument for Drake being a just bona fide hypocrite, is that in the same rap beef, this is from Screwface Gene. Well, here comes the bombshell, ladies and gents. Drake and UMG also didn't claim my original push-ups reaction either. So I kept the file, buddy, for this exact day. So it's okay when they do it for you, but not for Dot. Explain this. And he is not the only one. Your Rage and other people. Your Rage says Kendrick removed all copyright away from my reactions to his diss track and is letting me get paid on all of them. No label has ever done that for me, so thank you. So I'm thankful. And then also says my Drake reactions are also uncopyrighted. We eating same label and same defamatory remarks, because if I'm not mistaken, are you mad about the allegations of things that you did? And there's some things that people noted, because Drake mentioned Not Like Us, but what was that, the Heart Part 6 or whatever song, or Meet the Grams, when Kendrick said that you had a daughter? Didn't name that in the lawsuit, but nevertheless. So you're mad when they do it for them, but in this regard, you're okay when they do it for you. That seems a little bit hypocritical.
I'm confused. So in the lawsuit, he stated clearly there was an issue with the fact that the videos were still monetized, or was he accusing them of being paid to react to the song?
So I'm gonna find the thing, because I keep seeing that it's saying both. But from my understanding, it's people misinterpreting things. It's just about leaving the monetization up.
I got something a little bit more.
I'm about to say, yeah, the more specific, the better. But yeah, either way, I still feel this whole process.
You got it, or
yeah, y'all see my screen?
Yeah,
I see it.
All right.
So you want me to read it?
Yeah, wait, hold on. They cannot see my screen. Give me 1 second here.
I'm about to say the word on text isn't bad. That's fine.
All right. Chat. Okay. I can read it. It says UMG. This is straight from the lawsuit. UMG is the world's largest music company and also the music company that has represented Drake for more than a decade. Yet on May 4th, 2024, UMG approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track that falsely accuses Drake of being a pedophile and calls for violent retribution against him. Even though UMG enriched itself and its shareholders by exploiting Drake's music for years and knew that the salacious allegations against Drake were false, UMG chose corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artists. And this is the second part of the tweet, at least. With his own record label having waged a campaign against him and refusing to address this as a business matter, Drake has been left with no choice but to seek legal redress against UMG. UMG may spin this complaint as a rap beef gone legal, but this lawsuit is not about a war of words between artists. This lawsuit involves no claims against Kendrick Lamar or any other artist. Instead, it is about UMG, the publisher and exclusive rights holder of Lamar's music, as well as Drake's, and its malicious decision to publish and promote through covert means false allegations about Drake that UMG knew were false, explosive, inflammatory, and certain to result in both vitriol and substantial harm to Drake's reputation.
Yeah, and this the shit right here. Oh, go ahead, but
I would just say and hey man, we all know reading is hard. But by the sounds of it, the issue is the fact that he's being called a diddler, and niggas is monetized with him being called a diddler. He doesn't like it. I don't think there's a correlation between being called a diddler and saying you have an illegitimate child. Now the accusation about put your hands on your woman, hey, dangerous stuff. And if niggas want to compare that like it's apples to apples, cool.
But it's all about it's all about defamation is the whole thing. So if this is defaming your name, like if I said Damo, you got a butt chin and you got a loose earlobe, right? Both aren't true. Both are keeping you from working. Both are like making people call you butt chin or whatever the case may be. And then you take me to court and you sue me and you just mentioned the butt chin part. It makes people question like, well, damn, is the loose earlobe part true? Like, does he really have loose earlobes? I ain't never really seen him without no headphones. And why wouldn't he mention that? If the claim is Omar is defaming Damo and both things are lies, why are you only suing about one?
What would be the other lie?
The loose earlobes, the baby. The baby was a lie.
That's fine, but he said that and this is in terms of the rap beef, that was the master plan. I wanted you to think I had a fake baby so I could expose you from that. That's literally what it was. I'm not making it up.
I don't know about that. Unironically, I think Damo in like illustrating it right, but I think the whole thing was like maybe he just does not give a fuck about that whole fiasco. I know that sounds crazy, but maybe he just does not. But I definitely think that the Pede shit got him. Because then after that, the clips were starting to fire off. And after the clips were starting to fire off, niggas actually were on some shit. Because I know a couple people that dead ass was like, oh, nah, yeah, I can't fuck with the shit. So I feel like the baby girl shit didn't really ruin his image the way that, being a fucking diddler would. But back to what I was going to say prior to this, not to change the conversation too much, but yeah, this reading the text just like literally confirmed what I already was thinking. Yeah, this definitely has something to do with touching his bread. I'm like 99% sure with that. Maybe it's a matter of Drake's. I don't know what his contract with UMG is. I don't know if he was renegotiating, re-upping a deal or something like that. I just have a strong feeling them niggas looked them in the eye and they were like, bro, you not who you were when you was asking for this dollar amount. You getting this dollar amount. And that nigga was like, nah, because y'all boosted a false message about me or some shit. I just have a strong feeling that there's some money involved. Maybe that's not the exact situation, but I feel like
no. I'll take it a step further. This nigga is missing out on business opportunities because niggas think he's a diddler.
That like, it could be something as simple as that.
Literally, there are things that he's probably not able to do now. There's probably room. There's probably, I don't know, feature opportunities or shit in the music game, especially with all the niggas he's beefing with. Bro, you're beefing with 20 niggas that are a lot of these niggas are prominent rappers, producers, and writers. There's no way these niggas aren't spreading the word saying, hey, who's standing with us? Don't fuck with this nigga Drake. And now niggas is not fucking with Drake, and it's affecting him on some line. This shit happens. When the baby got canceled for whatever happened to him on stage, that nigga said he missed out on $100 million because he wasn't able to move certain ways and do certain things. Now he could be boosting the number, but the nigga did miss out on business opportunities because nigga said he was homophobic. Now Drake being a kid dealer, I promise you he's missing out on something because of that.
But see, and this is like a secondary point to the point that I'm really about to bring up. I think that even in that stance though, missing out on opportunities, if he wasn't going to take the opportunity, does it even really matter? Probably not. Like, I don't think Drake's big bread is the bread that he was actually going to take is suffering at all, to be honest with you. And then the next thing that I would say, well, I know you might not agree, Damo, but like if he was, let's say that, I don't know, Dasani pulled the deal from Drake. I mean, Dasani couldn't offer enough for Drake in the first place. But like if Fuji or something like that, and I know Dasani's Coke, please don't get technical in the chat or the comments. But like if the more expensive water bottle brand is still sponsoring him and he's gonna continue on, like if I'm not mistaken, he's still got all his big brands. It's not like anybody's pulled any deals from Drake. I haven't seen that. I have not seen that at all. But ultimately, to me though, like all this, why I have no sympathy for Drake, and we've like stayed on Drake for a minute. I do want to switch to content creators in a second.
Type shit.
The reason why I have no sympathy for Drake is because, one, a lot of people feel like he initiated it, but two, from my perspective, he could have stopped. If he stopped at any point, like, it would never got this far. And I feel like he thought he would win at some point. These souls, man, I need your help.
What's going on?
Look, man, it's the holiday season. I'm running low on funds. I can edit a video. I can write out some analytics. Like, what can I do for you, man? What can I do?
But luckily, with our sponsors at PrizePicks, you can actually win a lot of money on their app. This is our favorite way to play daily fantasy sports.
B-Souls, how is that going to help me now?
With quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and statistics to choose from, PrizePicks definitely has your daily fantasy sports needs covered. It's pretty easy to make lineups on PrizePicks. They have a bunch of different sports you can choose from. And then within those sports, they have a bunch of different categories. You can go to points, rebounds, assists. And if you really know what you're doing, all you got to do is click more or less on your favorite player, and you can win a bunch of money on PrizePicks. All you got to do is select more, select less, just make sure they're not on the same team, put in the amount you're comfortable with, and press submit lineup to submit a lineup.
Oh, snap. I'm going to be good this holiday season, and it's all thanks to PrizePicks. Shouts out to PrizePicks, man.
Yeah. He was definitely talking about that red button like he really got it.
He thought he won at 2 different points. Obviously, the red button reference, aka Family Matters, which everyone obviously could tell that was the fucking button. And then B, not gonna lie, the first 4 words of Family Matters, let alone what he was saying and push-ups and all this other shit, he basically acted like Kendrick would never drop a song. Hence, drop. He egged him on. He said, nah, this time he following through. Like, Drake flagrantly asked Kendrick Lamar to respond. This is not a matter of opinion. These are just like direct lines of him egging on Kendrick Lamar to get up and actually write and follow through and respond.
I do have one.
Well, let me address somebody, because somebody in the chat is like, "What about Nike?" Drake's Nike shoe came out after all this. The Nocta, the orange Nocta shoe, that shit came out afterwards.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of on the same lines of like the conversations we've had about Mr. Beast. Like, he's still popping, but you know, controversies definitely changed his trajectory / like his peak or some shit. Like, I think,
brother, I'm not gonna lie. The only reason why that exists is because he stayed in it. If let's say he started it with Kendrick, because I even think the starting with Kendrick might have been slight or whatever the case may be. After Kendrick drops, what's the song with Metro and Future? Whatever that song is called. Y'all know the song.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. He doesn't respond. We keep going. Boom. We just keep going. Let's say he does respond. Kendrick drops his first song. Kendrick said, let's leave it where it is. Let's not go too deep, brother. We don't got to do all that.
Friendly fade.
If he stops, we don't keep going.
Yeah, I will say Drake was the one who definitely made it way personal with that last line in Family Matters, essentially hinting to Kendrick, like beating his...
No, Drake has always had this thing, and this is where I get surprised where some niggas act like he doesn't do this. And I fucks with Drake's music, but Drake will talk about your family. He just will.
Thank you.
He is quick to do it. Let's call it what it is. Aubrey Angels, K. Dot stands, Cole Nation, whoever the fuck you claim. Drake will talk about your family. He just will do it. He's done it multiple times.
Drake's not in the position of he wasn't in the position to just let it go, sadly.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
This
nigga
is in his from at least the perception of how people was talking about his music, you would have thought he was Vince Carter on the Hawks. Like, niggas was talking about the fall off of Drake, how his music isn't this, that, and the third. You can't even get a Drake stimulus package boost. This nigga's doing features with people, and it's not what it used to be. Black Boy JB was here. He does a feature with whoever, and it's only here. Like, there was a bunch of narratives being pushed around Drake's name. So he found an opportunity to try to go super fuego, nigga. He was like, okay, this is the one. Let them know I'm still here.
Lamar, you are a fucking legend. Yeah.
And that nigga pulled a Grant Williams against Jimmy. That nigga started talking, and that dog barked back. And you realized, oh, I'm a cat.
And I'm gonna say I agree with, like, that's the mentality and the thought process. But
not agreeing with it, by the way. Not saying it was right.
I
agree with y'all.
I think
I
we're
agree
on
with
the
y'all.
same page.
He should have just shut the fuck up. But he's in this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. He wasn't going to stop.
But so my thing is, I get what you're saying, Damo, but that was what the culture was saying. The numbers were still good on Drake. And I know somebody would say, but yeah, the culture. These moves are not culture-like. These are culture-less moves that he's making. So you're telling me he cared about what the culture was saying back then, but now when it comes to caring what the culture says now, he cares about the culture. Because I ain't gonna lie, Drake losing a rap battle would have not done as much damage to his cultural impact as doing all this lawsuit shit.
No.
Like him losing, okay, cool. You took 2 L's. Drake still would have been regarded as one of the best rappers of all time. You just took 2 L's in a rap battle. You took an L to Pusha T, which a lot of people still feel is the most debatable thing in the world. I'm not on that side. But then you took an L to Kendrick Lamar. Cool. We leave it at that. Now suing has you look weird culturally, specifically the things that you're suing about.
But in the beef, wasn't a big point of like Kendrick's songs the fact that he was a culture vulture? Like that was a part of why he lost. That's what makes it worse.
So you're just proving the point. You're proving the point. You're not even to the point where like, okay, you lost just because you lost. You was hiding this. You're not who you say you are. Whatever. You're proving who Kendrick said you was throughout the entirety of the beef, which again makes that sting just a little bit more. But ultimately, like the lawsuits is way more cultureless than you doing all this other than losing a rap battle.
Are any people that already, I don't want to word this correctly, is there any people who felt he was with the culture that are changing their tune now? Because my thing is, I'm just saying, all of us up here, well, I'm not gonna say all of us, but I feel like personally, yeah, the nigga had culture vulture feels, and I never thought he was truly with rap culture. That was always the thing with Drake. A lot of people that I know always felt, okay, Drake can be this rapper. I don't even want to call him a rapper. I want to call him a artist because he's not really what a rapper is. The singing. So he's always had that on his head. Pause. Sure. Is it now changing to where even the people that were like, nah, he is a part of rap culture, the suing is making them change their tune?
There's a easy debunk for that. Sure, comment 242, yourself or whatever can claim that always, I never thought that Drake was like us necessarily. And sure, there's a lot of people that would say he wasn't a rapper, he's an artist. But there was a lot of people that would have said, bro, come on, bro. I think we're having this conversation out of bad faith. There was a lot of people that was just bumping Drake's music in cultural settings. There was a lot of people that, it may not mean nothing. Like, there was a lot of people that glorified his career to the point of fucking with it is culture if he himself is not culture. I think even that is officially gone now for a lot of people. They're like, oh, nah, this nigga's a Karen. Oh, nah, this nigga's weird. I think it's to the point where even in the lawsuit, I don't know if y'all seen the tweets, a lot of people are assuming, damn, so you only sued black streamers and shit like that. Like the way that we talk about him now, whether it's the fact that, oh, you stream with XQC. These are things that people back then probably wouldn't give a fuck about. But now everything they doing, they're psychoanalyzing what he does because it's like, damn, bro. Like,
but that's been a thing with him being the kid from Degrassi, black Jew, your mom's white. Like this is
100% people have pulled the card before, but I think it's a numbers thing.
It's being confirmed now.
Yeah. But thank you. Yeah, I think it's like a confirmation and a popularity thing. There was always people. No, Dama, you're not wrong. Let me be clear. There were always people that were like, yo, this nigga is not like a nigga type shit. Like we can go there. But I firmly believe, and I've seen people who have like just uninstalled this nigga from their lifestyle. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. There's like people in chat. There's like people in chat, people in real life that are pseudo playing pretend like they did not fuck with Drake 10 years ago. That like they did not fuck with Drake in 2022.
But that would be my thing. For the past 10 years, he's always had this stigma of not being with the culture. So if this is the thing that is now confirming it for niggas, that's wild to me because I thought it would have been confirmed. It's been confirmed with me he's not really with the culture. I thought it had been confirmed with people after a decade plus of saying he's not with the culture, whether it was when he was on his ting ting thing with Rihanna and then switched over to UK slang and then switched over to being the Toronto youth. I thought it was always a thing. Now it's being confirmed.
He essentially made people believe. And I don't even want to get on that tip because I don't want to discredit what Drake has done for hip hop music, rap, or whatever the case may be for the last X amount of years. But he's essentially forced people to shift their idea as to what rap is, what hip hop music is, just like a bunch of other different things. And I think it was very much so the unpopular opinion when he first came out to say that he wasn't of the culture. Like DMX got hated when DMX was like,
right,
no,
like
Drake
whoever did that shit would get dunked
like
on.
They was getting cooked. I do think Sage did mention people that he did mention in the lawsuit. He did not mention his friend Academics, but even Academics, and we're going to continue down the line to talk about the streaming impact. Even Academics was reading it, and this tweet says Academics can't stop laughing while reading Drake's federal case documents that reference Kendrick Lamar's song "Not Like Us." He also says Drake fans are trying to blame him for Drake looking crazy, but Drake doing it to himself. Also says lawsuit doesn't make sense and a bad idea.
The lyrics repeatedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including calling him a certified pedophile and a predator who needs to be placed on a... Oh my God, I don't even know I'm laughing. Oh, no.
You probably
when your boo laughing at you though.
On a neighborhood watch. The image was designed to reinforce and in the lyrics repeatedly accuse online. The video bolsters the same message, for example, by showing images associated with sex trafficking and juxtaposing the game of hopscotch with the lyrics, accusing Drake of trying to strike a chord, and it's yo, this is like jokes.
Now, this specific line that he's reading is very interesting because if you get the opportunity to read it, read the lawsuit. That thing that he's talking about with the traffic. Y'all remember in the Not Like Us video where he had the shipping containers with the air conditioning? Yep. In the lawsuit, they're trying to draw the connection between that and traffic.
Yeah, Kendrick fans were doing that shit too. So
yeah, but Drake doing it officially is like
I've even seen the Drake fans who
trying to make the
frustrated
argument
themselves. They start trying to turn it on me. Yo, the reason why Drake's hate is because of act. No, it ain't because of me.
No,
Shout outs Rosecrans. Okay. And it says, bro, Drake is a...
These are tweets, by the way, just tweets on Twitter that he's using as a reference.
Colonized because he's Jewish. Yeah. I think this is a bad idea to use an anti-Semitic angle. I think it was a bad idea to use streamers. This lawsuit, I can't see it, bro. I just can't see it. I can't see Drake winning it. I can't see it helping him PR-wise. Like, I'm just confused. And this is why I don't want to speak remotely for Drake with this. Drake got to come and help us understand what the fuck this is about, bro. This just doesn't make any damn sense. You get what I'm saying? Yo, you trying to cite reasons for the lawsuit by saying they called you a colonizer is like, come on. Bro, I really just don't know, bro. Oh, they're calling me a Jew. Shout outs.
I mean,
this all makes sense though. Like scarily, this all makes sense. Like, so many people are questioning why he's doing it. Nigga, it's the all-time great crash out. In our lifetime, all the niggas that were considered goats of rap all had some form of a crash out. Some bigger than others, but there were always a crash out for him. Eminem had one. Jay-Z, nigga, Becky with the good hair, getting his ass beat in the elevator. Very small, but that was a stain. Kanye West literally just went crazy. Lil Wayne is a walking druggie. Like, he literally looks like a gremlin now. He's crashing out with drugs. Crazy. And Drake cannot handle being on the bad end of a loss. And it is eating at him now at the tail end of his prime, even on his decline. He might not be in his prime no more. Some say he's not in his prime no more. But this is his crash out. It happens to everybody. It makes perfect sense why he's doing this. He has nothing else to do. Nigga's over.
Oh my God.
Let me ask y'all this, because I do just want to bring it back, because again, the lawsuit is about UMG. One might say this is a devil's advocate question, but I'm gonna say it's an angel's advocate question. Is it not sus for UMG to not claim the Not Like Us reactions, but claim the Family Matters reactions? Because I was one of the people who was reacting at that time, and I'm looking at it right now. Like, the Meet the Grams and Not Like Us reactions for me are still monetized, but the Family Matters one is copyright claimed. Now hear me out before y'all answer. I just feel like, from a copyright perspective, the reasoning is, yo, someone used content that we own as a label, therefore you can't make money off of it, and we're gonna, recoup all the earnings you would have earned through AdSense. What is the motive for UMG to not claim the Not Like Us reactions? Is my question.
That's why I'm convinced that, to be fair in all of this, that money is a factor. I just don't know what it is. Obviously, Omar disagrees, but I think money has to.
But I think the answer is super simple to me, is because they know how the algorithms work and they know how people's reactions will work if they were to get copywritten. and the bigger impact of letting the song fly outweighs the monetization from a you, from a Kai, from a whoever. Because it'll become so much more infectious. But why I don't think that that's crazy is because they would do that for any other thing, especially in a state where like hip hop is on a quote unquote decline or whatever the case may be. If there was another big song that came out, let's say the temperature's right and Hotline Bling could do what Hotline Bling did, or God's Plan could do what God's Plan did. If people reacted to God's Plan today, they would not claim it. Like it's not a unique concept for certain companies to not claim certain things, but we're all a business up here. So why would you claim something and why would you not claim something?
But that's what I'm saying. Them deciding not to claim Not Like Us, isn't that like choosing a side, like choosing favoritism to Kendrick's track in this regard?
Well, no,
because both Family Matters and Not Like Us could have went mega viral. Both of them actually did.
I think there's a difference, but also there's things that they didn't claim from the Drake side too. So I can't say that.
Yeah, no, I am looking at it right now. My Hard Part 6 reaction is not claimed. On the inverse, my Euphoria reaction is claimed. So it seems like, for me at least, on my channel, it's like 50-50 between. But I guess that's my main question is like, what is the motive for UMG to not claim Not Like Us? And if the answer to that question right there shows a level of favoritism to Kendrick, then like I kind of see where Drake is coming from in that regard.
I'm gonna be blunt. I think Drake probably ain't even crazy. I think Drake, in terms of UMG potentially doing some whole shit, that's probably something that could be going down. Like we don't know what these niggas see. We don't know the dollars that they talking about. We don't know the vision. We don't know none of that. It's possible that they're trying to yin yang the next name. Because Drake, for the most part, again, we're going to play pretend because he's not the popping name now. But 2 years ago, undisputed, Drake's the most popular artist. Like, undisputed. So it's possible. All of these things are possible as fuck. And it's a lot of quacking, waddling, as the corny sage would say. But I think corny is the word because at the end of the day, maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe it's the way he's going about it. Maybe it's naming streamers, whatever the case may be, whatever PR. He just comes off as just like on some snitch shit, and that's just how it's looking. And if he don't care, he don't care. Do what you got to do, but that's how everybody's feeling about it.